Radio signals are basically the invisible threads holding our public safety systems together. But what happens when those threads just snap? In this final installment of our guide on covering radio frequency interference, we're going to dig into those critical moments when a lost signal can actually mean a lost life. So this entire guide, which is based on a report by RFI Detectives and Virtualization Options LLC, is really built for you, the journalists and news directors out there. And today, we are tackling what is arguably the most critical aspect of RFI, its impact on public safety. Look, we've moved beyond just dropped calls and slow Wi-Fi. What we're talking about today, well, it's literally life and death. And that really brings us to the crucial point, right? Your next huge story is about protecting the very signals that protect all of us. So to help you get there, we've organized this briefing into 3 actionable investigative case files. Okay, let's jump into our first case file and see how this story starts to build. It's about the very real danger facing firefighters when their radios suddenly go silent. As a journalist, your whole job is to connect the technical stuff to the tangible human story. So how do you do that here? Well, here is your blueprint for this exact story. I mean, look at this. Your story is practically laid out for you. You start with that human drama, right? A firefighter lost inside a burning building. Their radio is dead. The technical cause? It's RFI from the building's own systems. You just frame it as a universal life safety failure. And believe me, you'll have sources, from fire chiefs to standards experts, ready to make this story hit home in any local market. All right, our second case file takes us into an environment that is just flooded with radio waves, the modern hospital. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? The very technology that's meant to heal can sometimes interfere with the most critical life support systems. And this, right here, this is the core tension of the story, a high-tech environment that's accidentally creating these high-stakes vulnerabilities. We're talking about RFI affecting absolutely critical devices, monitors, infusion pumps, you name it. Every single hospital in your area is grappling with this, which makes it a powerful patient safety investigation just waiting to happen. Now, for our final case file, let's pull the lens way back and look at the systems designed to warn entire communities of imminent danger. This one explores a massive systemic vulnerability in our national emergency alert infrastructure. You see, this is a story about accountability. It's about the unseen fragility of the systems we all depend on during a crisis. It's about what happens when that first line of defense fails before the disaster has even had a chance to strike. Okay, so you have the case files. Now let's talk about how to frame this whole thing for maximum impact. The source material actually gives a perfect 60-second blueprint. First, you start with the human element. Get your audience right in there with the first responder who is in immediate danger. That grabs them and immediately establishes the stakes. Then you pull the camera back, broaden the scope to the 911 command center. This shows your audience that this is a systemic problem, not just some isolated incident at one scene. Now, connect it to healthcare. This is a universal concern for every single person in your audience. Suddenly, the problem isn't just out there somewhere, it's in the very room where a loved one is being cared for. And this is the kicker. You show that even the newest, most advanced systems, the ones built specifically for first responders, are still vulnerable. This completely undermines any false sense of security and really ramps up the urgency of the investigation. Which, of course, raises the most important question of all. Who is responsible for this? The real problem is that accountability is spread incredibly thin across multiple agencies. You've got the FCC, Homeland Security, state and local offices. And these gaps, this is exactly where your investigation should focus. This is the heart of the accountability story. Who dropped the ball? Who is failing to protect the public? So the takeaway here is pretty clear. This isn't just another technology story. No, this is a public safety investigation that is just waiting to be told. The sources are there, the stakes couldn't possibly be higher. The only real question left is who in your community is going to be the one to tell it.